while I was making this video. Ms. Cruz uploaded a video with the same topic. I swear I did not steal this idea. I made my post on March 25th with my intentions, but it took a while for me to get the video out. I hope both our videos can coexist peacefully, and please check out her video too. I linked it below, and it is really well done.
What's a baby cow gonna do to me?
Why is Marsha's Fursona a calf? And yes, I checked, it's a baby cow, therefore a calf. Female cows only get udders when they're pregnant or already had a calf. The exception being the Barnyard franchise, of course. For the most part, my earlier statement is true. I know for a fact that Team Mar fans would not be happy with the implications. Still, I find it weird that of all animals from World War I that could have represented her, Bluepock picked a calf. I found camels, elephants, horses, cats, a pig, a mule, stinking dogs with similar medical gear as her. Speaking of dogs, this is Jack. His owner was a courageous nurse named Edith Cavell. She and Jack would help over 200 Allied soldiers escape a German-occupied Belgium before she was caught and executed by a firing squad. If it weren't for the fact that Marsha is of Germanic descent, I think that would have been a nice homage. More obscure World War I animals are this baby fox in a fighter plane, and this monkey on top of a cannon. Maybe there was a baby cow who did an extraordinary act during that war that Bluepock found history about. Well, in my research, I found that a subsect of West Point attendees are called cows. West Point has a lot of military history in the United States, however, so that wouldn't fit. I still want to commend them for their hard work. There is also a famous poem regarding that war by Wilfred Owen called Anthem for Doomed Youth. The first line of the poem, "What passing bells for these who die as cattle," served as inspiration for many, including the heavy metal band Iron Maiden, with their song Passchendaele. Oh, I wish I could play the song. Cattle are a reoccurring theme in war poems, surprisingly. Sometimes it's because they actually helped in battle. For a majority, it's in reference to how many soldiers are marked for death like cattle at a slaughterhouse. However, Bluepock focused on an aspect of the war that goes underappreciated. The farmers. Women were called to action to help with the war effort long before World War II. Making sure farmlands were protected and usable was a high priority due to rationing. At least in Britain, the Women's Land Army was formed to take that task of feeding the homeland. Crops weren't the only focus, as many were tasked to attend to the cattle. Cows provided milk, which is used in many foods, beef, leather for clothing, and shoes, fertilizer for crops, and too many other important uses for them to warrant keeping them alive. The nurses were no slouches either, keeping the servicemen alive, of course, but also providing emotional support as a symbol of hope. There's a reason why it's considered a war crime to murder medical personnel under the Geneva Convention, though some countries tend to overlook that. Speaking of war crimes, it's time to talk about Germany. This man, Wilhelm II, was Germany's leader and helped introduce chemical warfare by allowing mustard gas to be used. It's one of many sadistic creations of World War I. Another monstrosity is what I believe to be the reason Marsha's represented by a calf.
Are these made out of baby cow?
Yes, and it's insane. Germany wanted to attack England, and these Zeppelins were good at that. From its launch in 1915, most aircraft and land weapons couldn't counter them until 1917. However, in order to make one Zeppelin, it took 250,000 baby cows to make.
You ever slice an ear off of a baby cow? They scream and scream. It's funny.
It's not funny. And it was their intestines the Germans tore out. Apparently, a calf's intestines were great for making airships. Not to mention it was considered the best material to contain the hydrogen inside the Zeppelin. By the time the war ended, Germany made 140 Zeppelins.
Oh good, no.
Pretty much blew up in Germany's face too when the Allies won. And Hindenburg. To me, her calf form represents World War I in a very clever way. How both sides of the conflict used calves in order to support their side. The innocents stripped away to be used as a tool for destruction, or as a peaceful force, helping feed the needy. Marsha has been a fighter and a non-combatant. Even if someone were on the opposing side, she will still provide aid at risk to herself. Also, with her being German, I'm glad that there's a positive representation for them here. Not every German that fought in the war, or were civilians, were essentially the bad guy. It's just easier to think that way when some of them are bombing your hometown, though. I may not have found a hero cow of World War I, but I indeed found several whose lives were sacrificed for the war effort.
Cow getting crucified.
That's all I have today. Good day and good luck. Oh, and one more thing. The current title screen shows a downed Zeppelin in what I believe to be a field of poppies. Screw war Zeppelins.
You're one of the good ones, sir.